Alright, I thought we would take a scenic detour of sorts. Cans rolling around there. And I'm going to take you by Madison Square Mall, or what's left of it. Those of you who, of course, don't live around here don't know what Madison Square Mall is, but this mall was built about 32 years ago. I think it opened in 84, at the end of 84. And so it was a big deal because we had two other malls, but this one was the nicest one we had by far at that point. And it stayed prosperous for probably, I'd say it stayed prosperous up until the last several years. And for whatever reason, well, I say for whatever reason, there's always reasons why malls start going downhill. But they opened up a new called Bridge Street Town Center a few years ago. It's just to the west of us over here, and of course all the big tenants moved. So this was a Lone Star Steakhouse, and it's dead, looks like. And I'm not surprised at that, because this place, in my estimation, sucked. I was over here a couple times at different points, and I've eaten at different ones, and they're trying to be like Longhorn and Logan's and all that, and they basically sucked at all of it. So, to my opinion, so it's looking pretty rough right there. I don't know how long this was closed. Imagine pulling in a spot here to go and eat in that place now. So this is the north face of the mall, and if we pull around here, you can see over in the distance. There's one of the main entrances. There's a Buffalo Wild Wings on this side. There's a Sears down here, and we'll tour around as close as we can. We'll make a perimeter sweep of the place, and then we'll come around closer to the building. And I wouldn't say this place is a dead mall, but it's really gone downhill. I've not been in it myself in several years, but they say there's a Holiday Inn that's been here for quite a long time. They say the food court's about closed, and there's just a lot of, it's went from well-known businesses down to either empty storefronts or stuff you had never heard of. It was second, third line, you know. JoJo, it's gonna have to move those pretty soon. It's getting on my nerves. But JoJo's International Import-Export Emporium or something like that. Something that you don't normally see in, you know, well-off shopping centers. Got the Sears here. It's the auto center, and the other side of the auto center got a big bunch of cardboard pallets out there ready to be picked up. I'm very familiar with that. And this is around the back of it. We always call this the back of the mall because there's no street out here. There's just a parking lot. I used to come to this place all the time, but they supposedly just redid this. This is the cinema, and they supposedly just redid this thing recently. We're newly renovated. Yeah, reclining seats. Every one of them is supposed to have fully reclining seats. Kind of a back parking lot. There's some moron behind me. So I'm gonna pull around here. We'll just go pick up those paint cans. We're gonna get a shot of the back of the mall. Looks like some broken glass here where something fell off the light standard, maybe. It's been a while since somebody's parked in this spot, I think. I'll sit you down. Cans! really need to do more of this. I like getting out filming stuff. I get so wrapped up in projects at home, I kind of don't do it. But this is the rear entrance of Sears, and the auto center is to the end down there, that side of it. Does pretty good business. Sears is hanging in there. Well, Sears itself is not hanging in there too well, but as far as over here it is. And then there, that is one of the main rear entrances. We used to go in there a lot. And that blanked off spot right there to the left, that's been various restaurants at different times. That entrance goes into the food court. Maybe if I get brave, I'll go in there at some point and do a video, but right now I'm not. That used to be, that was one of the anchors right there that's empty. And I'm thinking that at one point that might have been Castronaut, and then it may have been Dillard's after that. It wasn't anything like Belk and all that was around the other end down there. So let's get rolling again. We'll continue the tour. This mall sold going on a year ago, and there's been rumors going around that they're gonna redevelop it. So you know what redevelop means. It's probably gonna tear this part of it down. We're still making noise. Dan gum, you cans. You're ruining my life. Okay, let's go this way. Those acres and acres of empty parking lot here, that's never a good sign as far as the shopping center goes. There's another person, maybe he's making a video. There's another rear entrance. Like I said, we'll circle around and we'll get a closer look at all that. And there's JCPenney. That's been there for ages and ages and ages. I think they've been here since the beginning. But I very well can remember when I was a kid coming over here, and this place just covered up, especially at the holidays, just slam packed. We used to always turn and go out right here because there's a road that takes you out to the interstate and all that. And this was another strip mall that was built over here, and right on that where that Haverty's is, that used to be a food world. It used to service that store at one point. Just a whole bunch of other odds and ends. And here's the end of JCPenney. We've been in there several times. Ain't doing too good. Another entrance. Let this guy go in. Got some restaurant. I think this is one actually. Taco Hell over there. And this is the Macaroni Grill, I believe. Yes, it is. Romano's Macaroni Grill, and it still does well. It's a pretty popular place to eat. You know, you've been in there, you know, it's a good place to eat standardized Italian food. BBA Compass, that's my bank. Don't ever go in that branch though. Then we got Steak and Shake. I've eaten there once. Not impressed with it. These weird stops where the people coming in don't have to stop. Guess there's a reason for that. Okay, we're gonna turn in when this blue car is going. So I'm gonna just take you sort of around the perimeter as much as I can and then get close up to the buildings. Remember that song that was that soundtrack that was off? Was it Dawn of the Dead? The one where they, well, kind of did that wrong, I guess. So let's go to the mall where the one that was the version that was filmed in the mall up there in Monroeville, Pennsylvania. So I never came in this entrance very much. This used to be, okay, this is empty. I don't know what this was at one point. Oh, it's Belk. So, but this where this is Buffalo Wild Wings, which I don't eat at because I don't like wings. I don't eat chicken of any type. But that used to be a Ruby Tuesday. This is one of the main entrances here. Check out the garbage. I mean, really, there's nothing wrong with this place that I know of. I mean, what can happen to a building that makes people want to stop going to it? You know, it's not about, okay, I had a moving sale here in this entrance. But I don't see a sign on the front of this building. This may have been, I know there was a Dillard's, there was a Dillard's men's store, there was McRae's, that might have been McRae's. A lot of loading docks. But you know what it is? It's 9/10 of whether people visit a place where they spend money. It's perception. It's not about the place. This place could be just as good a place to shop at and have the right. See, she's happy. Look, she's going out with her purchases, and she'll go home a satisfied customer. There's pennies. But you know, this place can have everything that a Penny's or a Belk or anything anywhere else can have, but if people have the perception that it's a scummy place to come to, or it's old, they won't go to it. You know, that's all that matters. That's all that damn matters anymore. It's all about perception. That shows you, and I don't mean to get on a diatribe about it, but that shows you how shallow people tend to be. It's all about things that make them look good, and they don't want to be someplace that's old or somebody would get the wrong idea about them, you know. So let's curve back around here, going kind of uphill. See, look, here's another satisfied customer. She's got full shopping bags. It's the back entrance of Penny's.
Well, the thing, you don't want to be up here after dark out here. Might get run off.
And here's the rear entrance. Don't know what that went into. You know, and that's one thing too, the demographics have changed in Huntsville, and I don't mean that in a bad way or a mean way at all. You know, we're all equal and we all have the same right to do and live wherever we want, do whatever we want, live wherever we want. But it's just a simple fact that as time has passed, the demographics have changed. That's the empty. But this is not a bad area. That's the thing about it. Not in any shape or form. This back here is a nice, thriving research park, and you know, I think when folks come somewhere where because they don't have anywhere else to go, then and hang out and loiter, then it gives a bad impression. So there's the back entrance we saw before. There's I'm not trying to think what that was. You know, I could be confused that this was Ruby Tuesday, but I don't think so. It was some other kind of. It was one of those places that had a lot of wood and brass and crap like that in it. So there's the pull-through entrance for Sears. Merchandise pickup and repair service. And there's some more of the Sears. This may go away on its own anyway. But do you see this cardboard here that's sitting here? What happens with this? Very familiar with this. That comes out of a baler and gets put on a pallet, wooden pallets, and then this guy comes around with a big truck, and he's got a little, like a mini forklift thing on it, and he gets that forklift off and picks all those pallets up of cardboard and takes them away, and they recycle them. And you can't ever put plastic in cardboard, and they'll start rejecting them because it's got plastic in them. a real big deal. The place I work for recycles plastic now, and you absolutely cannot put plastic in the cardboard baler, also called a compactor. Yeah. Like I said, the place over here that's to the west is called Bridge Street Town Center. You know, they opened up, that put the kibosh on this place, I guess, because it's new and it's got all these upscale shops and had all these restaurants that opened up, and about a third of them closed within a year. It's too upscale even for Huntsville's fake upscale stuff. And it's got a big, wide, kind of like a town center type street, you know, that only people walk on, and you know, it looks like something that Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers would dance their way down in a movie or something. And it's got a real nice theater. You know, so it's a nice place. I mean, I've been over there a time or two. I don't have anything against it, not that, but just so everybody understands why, it's because the consumers abandoned this place to go over there. And then 20 years from now, when Bridge Street Town Center is getting old, and you know, the perception is that it's getting old, then everybody will flock to the latest and greatest mall again. And they'll say the same damn thing. They'll say, I just don't understand what's happened to Bridge Street Town Center. And everybody says the same other stuff. Well, I just remember when this was, yeah, you remember. You're the ones that took your wallets and went elsewhere, so don't complain about it. That's what happens. You caused it, so live with the consequences. Just follow the leader. See, if Belt pulls out here and goes over there, then instantaneously Mommy thinks, well,
Yes, milk.
So, all complaining aside about that, I don't know what will happen with this place. We had them all over. It used to be called The Mall. That's a quite a well thought out name for a mall. But it was called The Mall, and it was located at the corner of University and the Parkway, and it opened up in 1966, and that was our first actual enclosed mall. Now, we had Parkway City, which was called Parkway City Center at one point, but that was built as a open air mall, meaning that the shops all face the outside. So, but what they did with The Mall about 10 years ago, they tore most of it down and just built some big box stores in there. So, I don't know, that may happen with this place, but maybe, as I called it in another video, it'll be new life for an old mall. We'll see. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys, riding around with me. So let's continue to another destination. See ya.